Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. My name is Isolde Trachtenberg, and I am thrilled to welcome you to the Creative Kind. Yesterday we talked about being aware of that long-term, short-term, and mid-term goal set and whether or not you're following it, which is great. Now that you are becoming aware of when you are spending your energy that way and when you're not, again, there's no judgment here. The important thing is to dedicate yourself to whatever it is you are doing. Because one of the biggest energy wasters, as far as I can tell, is that place where you aren't doing what it is that you want to be doing, right? I want to be writing a book, but instead I'm binge watching episodes of Mrs. Maisel, which I probably would want to be doing, but you get my point. So when you're doing something you don't want to be doing, on top of that, you're feeling guilty for not doing what you could be doing to further those long-term, mid-term, and short-term goals. Instead, I'm going to ask you to think a little differently. Once you orient yourself towards understanding what is following those goals and what isn't, I want you to dedicate yourself 100% to whatever it is you are doing. I know that's a little different from what a lot of other people say that you, quote, ought to do. And I'm still going to say it because we need to forgive ourselves for being as busy as we are. We need to forgive ourselves for needing a break. Sometimes you just need a break. Now, I know Gary Vaynerchuk talks a lot in a number of his books, and Crush It and Crushing It, a lot of that stuff. He says that if you love what you're doing and if you're doing what you love, that it never feels like you're working. It always feels like you are grinding, to use his word, and it's always a positive, it's always great, it's always wonderful. There are some of us who just get exhausted. You know, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And if you need to recharge, then by gum, dedicate yourself to that recharging. Last week, I went on a wonderful little mini vacation that was a birthday present from my sisters. I went to Key West. And normally I'm a planner. I plan everything. And my husband sort of trudges along and goes, okay, we're going to this thing now. We're going to go this thing now. And we're going to do this thing now. And instead, this last vacation, these last 3 days in Key West, I went, okay, I'm not going to plan a thing. I'm just going to chill out and relax. And Rich, my husband, did not know what to do there because normally, again, I'm a planner. And I explored something different. I went, okay, I'm going to dedicate myself to exactly where I am, and that's it. I'm just going to dedicate myself to being exactly where I am. And I love that. I love the opportunity to do that because normally that's against type. It's not what I do. But while I was able to do that, I just sort of relaxed into following my nose. And I got to meet Judy Blume, for Pete's sake. I got to meet one of my heroes. Why? Because in dedicating myself to being present and in the moment, I met a bunch of people who were staying where we were staying. They were there for a literary seminar, which, by the way, I plan on submitting a workshop to next year. And because of talking with them, I found out that Judy Blume has opened a bookstore on Key West. So, of course, I had to go by. And she happened to be there. And I got to meet her and talk with her and let her know that part of how I learned to read English, because English isn't my first language, was reading her books when I was a kid. And it was magic to be able to do that. It was also magic to be able to walk into a music store and I tried a guitar and the woman videotaped me playing Joni Mitchell's Both Sides Now and posted the video, and now I have a little video of me playing Joni Mitchell's Both Sides Now. So being willing to stop and not plan and just be present and really dedicate to that rest and relaxation and be really in that instant allowed me to be mindful enough to meet new people, extend myself, help some people who needed help, and also meet one of my heroes. So as part of today's mission, start dedicating yourself to wherever you are and don't judge yourself for doing it. Sometimes you need a break. Much as you might be loving what you're doing, you sometimes just need to rest. And if you rest with that process, then things are going to be even better. All right, this is Isolde Trachtenberg, and if you are enjoying this, tag someone who needs to see it. I'd love to have more of us following that creative path to get to our creative kind. Until tomorrow, I send you my love.